Good day to you, and thank you again for joining me on your mat this morning. We are just going to gently wake up. So lay your bones down on your mat. Allow your knees to remain bent, soles of the feet on the floor. Bring your hands and arms somewhere on the mat beside you, or simply rest your palms flat across your belly. Feel free to adjust the feet a little bit wider so that the knees can fall in and towards one another. Close your eyes and just let yourself breathe. Enjoy a nice few rounds of deep breaths, deep belly breaths, feeling the softness of the inhale. Let your belly rise and stretch and expand, and the exhale, let everything just kind of settle. Let's just take this time here this morning on our mat to close the eyes, to rest, but yet to slowly introduce this idea of waking up. I know for me, some mornings waking up and getting out of bed is a real hurdle. So if that's where you are today, I hear you, I see you, and I am with you. So letting the breath just continue to soothe the body, to gently encourage the mind to wake, and for us to slowly emerge from our slumbered state into the wakeful one, which of course we use to move through this day. Give yourself permission to be exactly as you are. Tired, cranky, not wanting to be here, and yet happy that you are here on your mat, grateful for the opportunity to slowly wake up, to slowly meet yourself, to slowly prepare for this day. As you're ready, allow the hands and fingers to move, the wrists to roll. Let your heels and feet lift and walk forward. Take a yawning stretch, reaching the arms over your head and pointing your toes long on the mat. And then let's come into just a simple banana shape, banana asana. So swing both arms, both legs over towards one side edge of your mat. Feel free to clasp a wrist to cross an ankle, and just let yourself stretch. Let this be a stretch. Let this be a physical stretch on the outside in the shape of the pose, but an internal stretch too, as you use your breath to wake up your side body and just to wake up your energy. Stay for one more nice full deep breath here. And as you exhale, allow those legs to gently come back through to center, the arms to soften, and then allow your arms and legs to stretch over to the second side of your mat. Adjust your head, hold a wrist, cross an ankle, whatever works for you. And just breathe. Breathe to stretch yourself from the inside out, to stretch the physical body, to stretch your mental state, your mindset, and even your mood. Stay for one more nice full breath. Let the breath fall out. And then slowly come on back through to your central line, releasing the hands and the arms, slowly bending the knees, placing the feet to the mat. And then let's just give ourselves a hug. Take the knees into the chest, hands on the shins or the back of the hamstrings, a couple of rocks back and forth, side to side, maybe a couple of circles if that feels good for you. And then as you're ready, let's slowly move and shift, working into the back side of the legs and hamstrings. So letting the left foot come down to the floor, let the right leg extend long on the mat. Let's do some single leg raises. Inhale to lift the right leg up. Exhale to lower it down. Again, inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And again, inhale, lift the leg. And exhale, lower. This time as you inhale, lift the leg, soften the knee as you need to, and bring the hands around the back side of the leg. Feel free to incorporate a strap here if that's something that might support you today. Let your foot on that right side be just gently placed. It doesn't have to be a strong flex. It doesn't have to be a big point. If you want to roll the ankle, roll the ankle. Just see what you meet as you land in this pose for a few breaths and encourage some wakeful sense to the back side of the leg. Take one more nice full breath here. And then as you exhale, bend that right knee, hugging it down and into that right side of your belly as you now stretch the left leg nice and long on the mat, just yawning open the hips a little bit. And then let's come into a reclined twist. Just simply take the right knee across towards the left side of your body, allowing this nice and easy stretch to come across the back, into the side waist, outstretch the arm, maybe turn the head if that feels good for you. You can, of course, modify this simple twist in any way that is going to serve you best, or just stay simple, stay basic. Sometimes a little less is more, especially first thing in the morning when, getting out of bed was hard enough. When you're ready, slowly return and find your way onto your back again, landing the right foot to the floor as we move now into the other leg raises. On your inhalation, lift that leg up, and exhale, lower the leg down. Again, inhale, lift the leg, and exhale, lower. Inhale to rise, exhale to release. And again, inhale, lift the leg, and exhale, lower. And this time again, inhale, lift the leg up, soften at the knee as you might need to. Lace the hands in and around the back side of the hamstring. Again, let that top foot remain just passively positioned. Hey, roll the ankle or create some movement if that feels nice for you, or just stay and hold the posture steady. Let your breath be all the movement that you need as you just pause in the pose. And then slowly as you're ready, bend that knee, draw the thigh in and onto the body as the other leg outstretches before gently finding your way into a reclined twist. Take the knee across the body, outstretch the opposite arm, turn your head if that feels good for you. Create this nice bit of rotation across the back, across the chest, across the neck, and then let yourself breathe. As you land, pausing in the pose, there can be some real magic and insight, lots of clarity coming into play as you just let your breath be the guide. Let it be the navigator. What are you feeling? What are you sensing? What are you experiencing? And is it of service? This is how our yoga practice becomes so much more than just postures and shapes on a yoga mat. And when you're ready, slowly emerge, find your way once again onto your back, letting both knees bend and the feet land on the floor. And you're welcome to stay there if that feels nice for you, or invite the soles of the feet now to come together and the knees to ever so gently fall apart. And this promotes a nice inner leg, inner thigh, groin stretch, but I also find that it creates just a little bit of lift across my low back. And because of where we're going next, this is a nice introduction to the gentle backbending practice, or a gentle backbending practice that backbending can be. And then slowly, when you're ready, let the hands come to the outsides of those legs and gently bring the thighs back towards one another. And then gently, as you're ready, slowly invite yourself to shift and roll over onto your preferred side, pausing for a moment. And then when you're ready, roll all the way over onto your belly. Now, really introducing that idea of backbending. With the hands on the floor somewhere beside the ribs, let your inhalation float you into just a gentle cobra. And then exhale, lay yourself back down. Do that again. Inhale, press down through the palms, gently lift the chest, lift the face. Exhale, slowly release and fall towards the mat. Again, inhale, little lift, press the palms down, just gently. Let this be more floating than pushing. Exhale, release, take it down. And then slowly from here, start to slide those hands forward, elbows land to the mat, and let yourself explore Sphinx pose. Now, if this feels too much, you can come back to the simple rise and release of the cobra flows, or maybe just stay steady and still on your mat while lying on your belly. Here in Sphinx, if it feels nice to gently let the chin move towards the collarbones and stretch that upper back and neck just a little bit, then do so. Mindful that we're not creating sensation just to create sensation, but rather using the posture as a means to wake up the body and to wake up the mind and body connection. And that's the real nugget, the real treasure of our yoga practice is the influence on that connection. To know what's really and truly going on in our body, what feels good, what feels doesn't, and to get clear on what our body needs. After all, your body is with you for the long haul, so we might as well learn how to take care of it. As you're ready, slowly allow yourself to gently melt back down to the floor, shifting the hands somewhere beside the ribs, and gently press yourself up through to a tabletop position, and then all the way back to a child's pose. And as you land in child's pose, feel free to walk the hands forward, to stretch the arms maybe wide, to tent the wrists, or just to passively fold the hands under the forehead. Coming into this oppositional movement from that little back bending practice can oftentimes feel really, really good. You may adjust the distance between the thighs and the knees so that you create a little more or a little less rounding for your low back. And then when you're ready, take a nice full deep breath, move up through to a tabletop position and right into cow pose before exhaling and rounding into cat. Do that again. Inhale, belly down, collarbones broad, face bright. Exhale, round it out, press the floor away. Again, inhale, belly comes down, maybe tuck the toes, face brightly lifts. And then exhale again, round, press the floor away, stretch that back body. And then from here, as you're ready, slowly let yourself come forward and through to a seated posture. Grab a pillow, a half foam, a blanket, or anything you might need that supports your seated practice as we pause for a few moments of meditation. Let the hands land to the legs, to the lap, palms down, palms up, hands together, doesn't matter. Roll your shoulders back, move your head and neck until you find yourself in a relatively comfortable, steady, seated posture. The eyes lingering closed, just let your mind land on the breath. Encourage a nice, soft, full inhale and an easeful, emptying exhale. To then repeat the process over and over and over again. Just let yourself sit and breathe. And be here in this upright, more wakeful state, even though the eyes are closed. As this is the upright state with which we will meet and move through our day. So let yourself be breathed. Let yourself be nourished by the breath. Be comforted and be assured. This is the start of the new day. This is a new opportunity. This is a new place to meet yourself, to give yourself some grace, to show up as you are, to do your best. And thank you so much for taking the time to share in this simple practice with me today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Namaste.